how they should use AI so that they become a superhuman?
Interesting. Look, I have been talking to my friends about this issue a lot lately, and I mentioned how I've become so much better at home improvement stuff. I just know so much more. Each one of my friends has something like that. We're like, hey, you know what? I've actually gotten so much better at this super random thing that I never even thought I never thought about it explicitly, but because I'm always asking AI questions about that and it's giving me the answers, it's not simply that it gives me the answers and I forget it. It gives me the answers and I remember it. I become better and better because it's like the way that Alexander the Great had Aristotle as his tutor and could ask him anything and learn great stuff from him. We've all got Aristotle in our pocket now, and we can become better at the things that we want to do, the things that resonate with us for whatever reason.
If everyone's got Aristotle in their pocket, how does one create an edge?
I think it has to do with we're all just going to be running faster. In the same way that when Steve Jobs introduced Apple computers, he said this is like a bicycle for the mind. What he meant by that was that for millions of years, we've been walking bipedally. And then just in the last nanosecond of evolution, we invented the bicycle. And suddenly humans can move faster because of the bicycle. And he said having a personal computer is like a bicycle for the mind. And I think of AI now as like a motorcycle for the mind. It allows us to move so much faster. So now it's a motorcycle race, and there will be people who are much faster than other people because they're really using that optimally.
And that's what I mean. It's like, how do I create an edge versus whoever I'm competing with in whatever industry I'm in?
Well, for sure, the people who are just copying and pasting the AI slop, that'll be easy to beat that crowd. But otherwise, I think it's just a matter of, hey, these are the newest things. It's like in history when the new sword gets invented or the new gun or the new cannon, you have to keep improving and using that. And that's what's going on now with AI.
And from a neuroscience perspective, if I wanted to use AI to, based on all these things you've told me about novelty and all these other points that expand the connections across my brain and give me a big cognitive reserve, what might I install as a practice every week when I'm speaking to my AI?
Oh, ask it questions that you're curious about anything. Just asking it questions. Here's one thing I do all the time. I'll say, hey, I've been thinking about this. On my podcast, I do a lot of monologues. And so I'll start talking to it and I'll say, hey, I've got this idea that I'm thinking about. What if blah, 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 blah. And then I'll say, here's my idea. Give me pros and cons. Tell me why this is wrong. And I do that pretty much with everything that I ask it. If I'm proposing some, stupid seed of an idea, and it really gives me the counter arguments and I really engage with it. That is the important part, I think. And by the way, I just want to say, I think for the next generation that we're teaching, there are really only two things we can teach, because all the details of, hey, let's teach computer programming or something, that's probably already gone as a useful thing. So what we can teach is critical thinking and creativity. That's it.